This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn read and completely forgets my own intro. Woo! Few things before we get started. The first being very obvious. I am outside in my living room, though I have drug all of my studio stuff out here because, mainly because there's a mirror behind me, a long mirror, because I sometimes pretend like I do ballet, and I need the mirror, obviously. And it was causing a little bit of a visual trick in my videos prior, so I would just rather take it out, basically. The other thing is just a little bit of addressing things that I see in the comments section. Again, there's like 3 people, I think, that I've seen over the entire course of my videos say this kind of a thing. However, I do feel like I need to address it a little bit. I tend to establish various argument points before I watch a video or before we get into a reaction of a video, and I know some people don't like that. I'm confused as to why. If you're just here for just a pure-on reaction, it's not what I do. There are many videos where I just jump in and just start reacting to the video, but that's usually because I don't have an argument to establish beforehand. So if you're not into that kind of a thing, I don't know what to tell you. It's the format of my videos, so there you have that. Also saying that, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. I'm just going to keep referring to them as the 48 Laws of Power. And I think I'm going to link Robert Greene's book, an Amazon link, not affiliated, in my description to Robert Greene's book in case anybody's interested. Just because I'm tired of saying the whole thing all the way out. So we're just going to say 48 Laws of Power. And we're also going to talk about some anthropological concepts about victimhood and perception of victimization. Just because I think it's fascinating to watch Amber do that particular thing. I'm not saying Amber isn't a victim. And when we're talking about the anthropological concepts of that, we're not talking about no one's ever a victim kind of a thing. We're literally studying people who are victims and people who want to be perceived as victims and who play up to their victimhood in order to establish social collateral. All of my $5 words all in one verse. Basically, it's what we're focusing on here on this channel is the use of victimization and the concept of victimhood as a manipulation tactic, because Amber does do that very frequently. And in the entire, what was it? Addressing the rumors about Tommy or something like that, or just addressing the rumors. That entire video, the one that I have a 2-parter for, that entire video was about establishing Amber and Tommy's victim status. And usually when you can establish yourself as a victim, it usually takes away other people's ability to question your victimhood. I did have at least one person in the comments section who was like, what was it? I can't believe you're not believing the claims of an SA victim, and basically laid into me for being skeptical. I'm not skeptical of Amber's SA claims. I'm skeptical of the people that she has picked as the targets of her SA claims. And I think we should always be skeptical of these kind of things, especially when it comes to people like Amber who are bad actors and have a history of being a bad actor. But that's kind of my point. My questioning of Amber's stories and Amber's claims did cause some kickback on my end, because there are some people who view victimhood and the status of a victim as an untouchable thing. You shouldn't question that. And that leans into why Amber tries to establish her and Tommy as victims, is because she's looking for that untouchable, unquestionable status. How dare I question a victim? Well, there's several reasons why I would question Amber specifically as a victim. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, and we're going to talk about the laws that Amber goes into. But I am going to let the intro to this play, because it's not that long, to be perfectly honest. And it is important to the development of the cat story, Rarity being the cat who has gone missing. Thoughts and prayers for Rarity, seriously. I really hope the cat's okay. There's a reason why I didn't cover the video itself, and I'm not going to unless things develop down the way. But right now, I don't want to cover it. I don't think it's appropriate. I'm not saying nobody else should cover it or can cover it or feels... I don't have any judgment to anybody who is going to cover it. Personally, I do not want to do so. Ergo, we are not going to. But Amber is kind of leaning into the cat story, and the cat story is... Look, I think Rarity's gone. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the cat story is fake. I do think it is a very convenient time for this overarching story to come out in order to overshadow the things that have been happening in the Tommy storyline. We have overlapping plot lines here. And I think it is purely coincidental. I don't think it is intentional. So it's just a happy coincidence for Amber in that aspect that she now has another story that she can use to obfuscate the original story that we were all harping on, which was Tommy and Tommy's, the accusations against Tommy by their supposed ex's ex. I'm skeptical of it. I understand everybody has their reasons for it. I did mention that I wished Jordy had been a little bit more diligent in his reporting of the story, and I know more than one of you is upset about me saying that. And here's the thing. If Jordy is allowed to just say whatever the hell he wants on his channel, so can I. And I personally, as a viewer, would have preferred to the story having more evidence to back it up. And I don't go on the farms, so the farms is not an answer. Sorry. That's how we play over here. Have I sufficiently pissed everyone off yet? I think so. All right. Thank you to everybody who's still watching. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to those of you who are going to hit the thumbs up button. And if you hit the thumbs down button, the algorithm does not care. So thank you for those as well. Let's play this. It looks like it's only about 40 seconds. Let's play the intro to the video. We will stop and talk about the laws of power. And I think I've already really touched on the victimization thing, but we'll kind of bring it back up again a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on this because we do have the rest of the video to react to. And the rest of the video is typical Amber nothing burger. So we'll probably get through it pretty fast. I do have her sped up to 1:25. So when we get to that part of the video, if she seems particularly animated, it's because I have sped her up, and I'm just making sure everything's working. All right, let's go.
So before I play this video for you guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support regarding Rarity. We are still taking every step we can into finding her, and I miss her dearly. And I know a lot of you guys loved her too, and you guys want to see her come back home just as much as I do. And I just appreciate you guys so much. I didn't want to go into this video without acknowledging that, because this video was filmed days and days and days ago before she went missing, and I still wanted to share this with you guys. But there will be more updates on Rarity when I have them, but I currently don't have any. But thank you guys again for the support.
All right, a couple of things before we get into the breakdown. I do believe Amber wants her cat back, and I would like to see Rarity reunited with her family, only because Rarity's the female cat, right? Yeah. Only because I personally am concerned about Rarity's overall safety in general. And also, I know that some shelters, I know some shelters, when they find stray animals, do not necessarily keep the stray animal around for very long. And I guess what I'm saying is not every shelter is a no-kill shelter. And that's honestly a bigger concern for me, is that, Rarity gets found and then never claimed. And I mean, it's just as good as her never have been found in the first place. So that's really the only reason why I'm really hoping that Rarity gets found and reunited with the family, because I don't want bad things happening to the cat. It's also why I'm not reacting to the video about the cat. I have, as you know, my own fur babies. It's a little too hard for me to watch. I think it's a genuine thing. I know there's some people who are like, there's no tears. She clearly has tears running down her cheeks at one point, and I don't really think it matters one way or the other. I don't think Amber expresses emotions or feels emotions the same way. I hate using the term normal people, but that's the only one I can come up with. So when she has videos like this, I think it's a lot more important to look at the overall situation and not just like zoom in on if she's producing tears or not. We know what it looks like when Amber fake cries. We also know what it looks like when she doesn't. And this one leans way more towards what it looks like when she doesn't fake cry than it does when she does. You can disagree with me down in the comments section. Feel free. All right, that being said. So this intro serves several purposes, one of which being Amber addressing that she is aware that just putting this video out without any kind of preamble would have looked a little too callous, even for her, and so she wants to make sure that we are all aware that this video is many days old, older than the Rarity going missing storyline starts. I'm not entirely sure if that timeline is overall correct, but just judging by her behavior in this video, I am going to believe her that this is at least prior to the cat going missing. So I'm willing to believe that. I understand why she feels like she needs to put a disclaimer at the beginning of a video, especially this video, because she's very happy in this video. She's trying to kind of get ahead of any criticism this video is going to get her. Again, I think it's very apparent that this video is way before the cat goes missing. I don't know exactly where in the timeline it is. It might be like literally the night before. But either way, the cat's still here. Where else was I going with this? Oh, this is also a way for her to keep the storyline alive, specifically so that her critics know that she knows that we're watching. I guess I don't think that was the best explanation, but that does lead into the laws of power. Again, I do have notes for this. So we talked about Law 37 in the big ass long video that I did, the two-parter, and that's the create compelling spectacle. Again, I am pretty sure that Amber is genuinely concerned for the safety of her cat in the way that Amber can be. However, this story is probably the most interesting thing that's happened. And it's also a well-timed disappearance. I do not mean by that I think anything sinister occurred on purpose about the cat going missing. I just think it was, for Amber, a happy coincidence because people's concern for Rarity is overshadowing people's dislike of Tommy. And Amber has been trying, since she got to Wisconsin, before then, honestly, to try to get the heat off of Tommy, and in the process has really only made things worse. So take that how you will. But this is her way of keeping the spectacle of the missing cat alive so that we're more distracted with Rarity going missing than we are distracted with the claims against Tommy by Tommy's ex's ex, supposedly. Allegedly. Couple things here. If Jordy's allowed to say whatever the hell he wants on his channel, I'm allowed to say whatever the hell I want to. And if one of the things that I want to say is that I want better vetting of sensationalized claims, I'm allowed to say that. I know some of you really disagree with me on this one, but personally, I don't think the evidence that was put forward is solid enough to say that the X of the X is completely 100% accurately true, right? There are definitely reasons to have doubts about things that the X of the X said. Amber herself did validate some of those things, though, so y'all are correct on that one. Anyway, disagree with me down in the comments section, it's fine. I do. So all of the smoke and mirrors around the cat deflecting from Tommy leans into Law 44, which is disarm and infuriate. And basically it's shifting attention away from the larger topic. Don't get me wrong, the cat being missing is very important. But the topic that we had all been, the community had been talking about up to this point were the accusations against Tommy. And now most of us are talking about the cat. Don't get me wrong, people will go back and start talking about Tommy again in no time, but especially now that they're pissed off about the cat, rightfully so. Law 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker. By positioning herself as vulnerable and grateful, Amber builds trust and disarms critics. So that's that's the unconscious purpose of this intro here. Amber, again, since she's only addressing the people who support her in this video or in that intro, she's again pointing out to her critics, look, I have supporters. I happen to know that several of her critics are trying to actively help Amber find her cat to the best of their abilities and seem to have been like slightly more successful at locating things. I don't know what has come of all of it. Clearly the cat is still missing, so there's that. But this is a way for her to garner sympathy from viewers who might otherwise have been skeptical. We can talk about how successful Amber is at turning her critics and her skeptics into supporters. I don't tend to see that happen often, but I do really see people who have been supporters become skeptics or just straight on haters. So I don't know how successful this tactic is really going to be in that aspect, but that doesn't mean she isn't trying to do that. I've tried to record this once before, so I'm pretty sure we discussed victimization and victimhood in this video. But just to kind of reiterate at this point, Amber is still trying to establish herself and Tommy now as victims. Amber's always trying to establish herself as a victim because there's a certain type of protection that comes to being a victim, right? There's this just certain amount of unquestionability that you are gifted with, or some grace you are given when you are a victim, right? Some people, it is necessary. Some people are trying to leverage that for their own purposes. And I'm not talking about people who are legitimately victims. I'm talking about Amber and her use of victimhood and victimization as a distraction tactic and as a protection tactic against criticism. So that's I think the other reason for keep bringing up the missing cat is because she's established that she's a victim here. She's lost the cat. That's a bad thing. We can all sympathize with that, whether we like her or not. And we can also sympathize with the cat who is lost. So we have that. If anything, people are sympathizing with the victim of rarity. But she's trying to maintain that status of missing pet owner and the sympathy that she has gotten from some people. Because again, I don't like Amber, but I have 3 fur babies, and if one of them went missing, I would be quite upset. So I can understand that aspect of the situation. Do I think Amber's doing everything in her power to go find her missing cat? Absolutely not. Sitting around in your living room watching a camera, that's okay, sure. It would be more useful if you somehow got a drone with a camera on it, which do exist, and you flew the drone around the neighborhood searching for the cat. That might actually be fairly useful. But just checking an app on your phone from the limited viewpoint of the cameras around Tommy's house is probably the least effective thing you could be doing. Anyway, this is just Amber's way, again, of maintaining her victim status in this aspect. And it's also a way to, as I said earlier, to deflect from the earlier attempts to establish herself and Tommy as victims. I think at the beginning of this, I said that this was kind of a nothing burger. It's kind of not, though, now that I'm really going over it, and I'm not going to lie, Nerfy put a bug in my ear, so let's go!
Hello, welcome to
Hi.
a new video. I
Yay.
forgot, I actually had notes for this video. So
Did you?
they're on my laptop, but I'm kind of like all over the place right now because I'm trying to get ready. So I'm doing my makeup, but I'm also eating at the same time. And then Tommy's just started her shower. I just got out of the shower, so I'm like air drying, but I'm eating Chick-fil-A. We have some Diet Coke.
Of course you are. Why you, as a loud and proud lesbian, why wouldn't you eat Chick-fil-A?
And I got this like wrap, and this is like their small mac and cheese, you guys. I literally, not even hungry. But I'm not gonna be able to eat until, I don't know, what time is it? Okay, so it's like barely noon. I'm not gonna be able to eat. I probably won't be able to eat for the rest of the day, actually. So,
Oh my god. You won't be able to eat the entire rest of the day? How will you survive?
I'm gonna tell you guys why. You guys are about to be shook. Maybe not. So this is not a get ready with me. This is literally, I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or more like 3. I'm trying to eat, do my makeup, and film, because these are all things I need to do.
Knowing what I know about this video, I know spoilers. So she's getting ready here to go to the concert in Chicago. So this video right now is her getting ready to go to the concert.
And I just feel kind of rushed, so I'm just like combining them all together. Eyeliner today is not, it's not hitting. I don't like it, but it's whatever. It's probably gonna be cried off by the end of the night, I'm not gonna lie. So on the update, health things first.
Okay. Sorry for the skip there. So that does make that comment, oh, it might get cried off by the end of the night. Anyway, it does make that make sense. So she is indeed, in this moment, going to... Wow, I just noticed. I know I didn't give you guys a date. This video was posted yesterday, November the 20th, and today is November the 21st. It's only got 503 likes and less than 30,000 views. It's actually not good for her. She usually gets a few more likes than that.
First, which is, I feel like, definitely needs to be talked about. In one of my last videos, I talked about how, like, Tommy and I don't drink anymore because Tommy's been having, like, health things, and her reaction to alcohol as of recently, like, it's almost like an allergic reaction. Plus, she now takes a medicine that you're not supposed to drink with, so.
So which is it? Is she having an allergic reaction just suddenly out of the blue? Or did she start taking a medication she's not supposed to drink with and is doing the smart thing and not drinking while taking said medication?
A lot of people are throwing out that she is something that she's not. Like, I don't even want to, like...
People are throwing out that she's something that she's not. What thing? I know you're leaning towards alcoholic here, but I mean, she's been accused of being a lot of things lately, so which one is it?
Say the word, because it's just so unfair. That is the only reason why she is not drinking anymore. And I am a social drinker, so I'm not gonna sit there and just like drink alone. So
I drink alone. Yeah, with nobody else.
My next update is therapy, which, as you guys know, like, my BPD has just been...
I need, like, an ice pick. I need a knife. Like a knife prop. What are the knives that, like, it goes in when you stab somebody with it? Just specifically. Oh, and then I need a punchy. So I need a punchy pillow, and I need one of those retractable knives. And every time she pulls this shit, I'm just gonna stab the crap out of punchy! Anyway. Why does it bother me so much? I don't actually have BPD, so I don't know why it even bothers me. But it does bother me that she uses whatever her disorder du jour as her excuse for whatever the fuck's going on in her life right now. So I am of the opinion she may or may not even have it. I don't think she's been formally diagnosed. So regardless of if she has it or not, I don't believe she's been formally diagnosed with any of the shit she claims to have. So...
It's been a little hecticana, and...
Hecticana. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that. Damn it.
I was going through, like, mental health, and, you know, it usually happens around this time of year, but, like, YouTube has just been, like, making my mental health worse, and, like, I just didn't really know what to do besides, like, disappear from YouTube, and it's like, I hate admitting that it was YouTube, so it's like, ooh. But anyways.
It was like, like a cat with a hairball? Gotcha. Once again, it is our fault that Amber cannot deal with her own shit. Here we are. I guess it probably has been more hecticana for her lately with the Tommy story arc, only because Tommy is such a divisive is not the word I want to say. Inflammatory character? I don't know if that's what I want to say either. Tommy has a lot more people angry and upset and worried for you than any of the past exes have. So I imagine, and people are being much more vocal about it than your past exes. So yeah, I imagine she probably is having a rougher time with this relationship in general than she has had in the past. So I can see what she's saying.
Regardless, I need to do therapy for BPD. So
You need to do therapy. Just stop the sentence there.
I found a dude. Why did I say it like that? I'm telling you, my brain is not working right now.
Does it work ever?
I found a psychologist and I ended up calling and I asked if they did DBT. And I was under the impression that they definitely did, but turns out no.
No. Narp. So I remember when she had announced, before all the shit hit the fan, that she had found a guy that she was going to be working with. And at the time I said, because she said, I haven't even talked to the guy yet. And I'm like, well, then you're not going to be working with him because there's a good chance he might say, no, I'm not taking clients, or any number of things could happen that would prevent you from working with him, up to and including that he doesn't do DBT therapy. There are other forms of therapy that you can do, including just therapy to help with things. I don't know why she's so incredibly resistant to being... Actually, I know why she's so incredibly resistant to just doing therapy. If it's not super special, calidocious therapy, it's not good enough. Amber has to be chronically unique, up to and including whatever treatment she's going to get for her non-existent disorders. Maybe she'll actually get diagnosed. But that requires me to believe that she's ever actually going to go. So I guess we'll see.
So I was like, oh no, I'm starting from square one again. But thankfully, a friend of mine, sweetheart, like if you're watching, hi,
I don't think this person exists.
I love you.
There's a Mr. Snowflake that says, when she uses the funny voice, it means she's lying. I don't think he's entirely wrong. I don't know if she's lying every time, but it's a pretty good correlation. This particular time, I don't believe this person exists.
She helped me and guided me a little bit because I just felt like super overwhelmed with trying to find someone because it's just like really important to me. And it's like, I don't know. Long story short, I have a consultation with someone who like specializes in BPD. Like that.
I'm excited about this because, again, I don't think she's ever formally been diagnosed. So if she goes... she goes to this specialist, and then they go, why are you here? You shouldn't, this isn't what the thing is that is wrong with you.
That is their thing. Like, they specialize in it. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, it's genuinely, like, I went from being, like, scared to do it to, like, excited. Like, I'm genuinely excited. Like,
chronically unique.
Please help me. Like,
no.
I'm crying for help, screaming for help. Like, help me. Like,
are you though?
I guess the consultation is just like to see, are we a good fit for each other? Like,
no.
Like, is she gonna be able to help me? That's pretty much what it is. And I don't see any reason why she's not gonna be able to, so.
It's not up to you, it's up to the shrink. It's up to the both of you. If you don't feel comfortable with the therapist, then you probably should go find somebody else if you can. Some people don't get that option. But it's also an opportunity for the therapist to be like, nah, I'm good.
We'll see. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Now, on to the best thing that's ever gonna happen to me in my whole life.
Thing
and I know that
ever happened to me.
This is something that this is my dream. Like, the number one thing I've wanted to do. I, like...
Oh my god, you guys. I'm just beside myself with words. I got a lot of things in my life that I would be super really excited about. And don't get me wrong, I've gone to a couple concerts that I was just like, well, I went to a Alanis Morissette concert and I happened to absolutely adore her. And at the time I was really into the music. Like, I'm not like super into the music anymore, but that's because Alanis has taken like a whole different direction. And it's fine. It's fine. It's just not the music I was there for. Anyway, my point being, I was very excited to go to that concert too. I was very excited to go see the Counting Crows live for the first time. those two concerts I was incredibly ecstatic about. My dream, the best thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I got a lot of things that are not concerts that fall into those categories.
I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna try not to. A few weeks ago, Tommy was at work, and she was on her break. She will text me on her break.
Because you make her?
And she was like, I did something hectic. And I was like...
Tommy said hectic? Really? Okay.
What did she do? What did this one do? She was like, I got you your birthday present. And I was like, girl, my birthday is in like 2 months. Like, that's a little early. And
No, it's actually only like a month and some change away. So I guess that tells us around the time that this video was actually recorded. Yeah. I'm just doing like quick math in my head. It could be wrong. Very wrong.
she goes, I want you to guess what it is.
An elephant.
And I was like,
A kitten.
guess? I have to sit here and guess?
Keys to the house.
Like, when people tell me to guess, I'm so awkward. I'm like, I don't even know, bro. Like, I'm just like the most awkward little thing like you'll ever see in your life. When someone's like...
I could agree with that.
Either A, can you tell me what you want for like your birthday or Christmas? Or someone's like, can you guess what I got you? I'm always like so awkward. I'm like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to get some diamonds out of here because all of my diamonds spill out of the container. Whew, you guys don't even know. These are like...
Also don't care.
Like I don't know why I call them diamonds. They're literally gems.
They're not gems either. They are neither diamonds, nor are they gems. They are pieces of glass, actually. They're probably pieces of polished plastic glued to a reflective back.
You guys know, like, the gems that I put on my face? They all...
Is that what they are? I would never have put 2 and 2 together.
all spilt. So now they're just, like, all mismatched, and I have to try to find the right ones that I want. Like, it's really hectic.
Imagine this being the worst thing that has happened to you all day.
She was like, guess. And I was like, I really don't know. Like, you know, I really had no idea. And she was like, it's something that you've wanted. And so I was
A cure for obesity?
like, the first thing I thought of was a Switch, because I have one in Oklahoma, but I didn't bring it with me.
So why would that be something you wanted? Like, surely to God, Mama Lynn can go to your apartment and, like, mail you the shit you forgot to take with you. I mean, you have been there for almost 3 months at this point.
So in my head, I was like, did she buy me, like, a Switch for while I'm here? Because
For while I'm here.
I'm a gamer girl. Like,
I'm gonna have a Switch here, and I'm gonna have a Switch at my other house, and I'm gonna have a Switch at my mom's house, and then I'm gonna have a Switch at the doctor's office, so no matter where I go, there will be a Switch for me to play. Sure.
a lot of people don't realize it, but like Mario Party, there's a new Mario Party, and I'm very sad, but I haven't been able to play it because...
Oh my god!
Sorry, I'm trying to find a matching diamond to the diamond I just chose.
Literally, no one gives a shit. And secondly, after you get them glued to your face, who's gonna notice? Is someone gonna walk over to you with calipers and measure the microns of the fucking things you stuck to your face? Girl.
Or gem, excuse me. So anyways, I thought it was a Switch because we literally recently just talked about that. Like, how I was like, oh my god, I wish I had my Switch because they came out with a new Mario Party, and Mario Party is my jam. Like, I love a Mario Party.
I thought your jam was whatever that game was that you were playing Billie Eilish in. Fortnite. I thought your jam was Fortnite.
I love Mario Kart, like, definitely, like, my fave. Some of my faves. I also love, like, Animal Crossing and such. But anyways.
Oh my god, Amber is such a knowledgeable gamer girl. You know, 2 whole fucking games. Yes.
Oh, I was like, a Switch. And she was like, no. And then I just kept thinking, I was like, is it a Lego? Because, like, you guys know me, I'm, like, obsessed with Legos. I was like, is it a Lego?
A Lego? Did you ask her just like that? Probably.
And she was like, no. She was
Actually, no, you were texting, so you didn't have any inflection in your voice whatsoever.
able to message me one last time before, like, actually, like, her break was over. And she left me with, it's an event. It's an event that's happening in a couple weeks. And I was like, an event? My brain immediately went to, am I about to see Billie Eilish in concert? Am I about to see? There's no way. I was like,
Joke's on you. They were Led Zeppelin tickets. Just whatever.
there's no way. Like, there's just no way. Well, so then I didn't get to hear from her for like a hot minute. Hours.
Opposed to a cold minute. I'm gonna start saying cold minutes from now on.
So she's finally off of work, right? And she messages me.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't respond with Billie Eilish, because if I would have guessed like Billie Eilish and like that's not what it was, like that would have been like so hectic and embarrassing. So I was like,
because the other two guesses, which were also wrong, are somehow not hectic and embarrassing. Like, okay.
I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know. Can you just tell me? Like, I need to know. So she ends up calling me on her way home from work, and she was
because you make her do that. Go on.
Like, okay, so the event is 3 hours away, and I was like, this is not real life right now. Like, this cannot be real life.
Okay.
Because Billie Eilish's concert is 3 hours away from here.
Oh my god. The coincidences are piling up.
So I'm just like, is this real right now? Like, this can't be real. Like, it genuinely can't. All right, we're gonna have a brief intermission in this story because I really, like, need to put these gems on my eyes.
You need to? Like, something bad's going to happen if you don't?
Like, I'm so hyper-focused on this, like, story time. I feel like I'm failing at the story time,
You are? Look, I hyper-focus on a lot of things, and this is not what it's like when I do that. This is more like a hyperactive squirrel is trying to tell me a story while at the same time trying to store its nuts throughout the garden.
On makeup, like, what am I doing over here? So there's so many options. I could put my gems right.
Oh my god. I'm not mad. I'm just like, does this ever end?
Here, like an eyebrow piercing. Sometimes I like to do 2 right here. I also like to put them like right here.
Well, you should just do all of it. You should just bedazzle your entire eyeball. Go for it. I want to see it.
I like to put them on the inside.
I like to put them right where they can fall into my eyeball and potentially cause blindness. Go for it. Do you glue them onto your teeth as well? Do you know there's kits for that? You should probably not know about that. You probably would do it.
What would look good today? I decided to put them here.
Oh my god, I'm so glad. I was living in suspense to figure out where you glued 2 pieces of plastic to your face.
Key! Okay, so at this point, when we're on the phone, and she was like, it's an event that's happening 2.5 hours away. Like, my brain, I just couldn't.
I did notice the shift in time here, as much as I was bitching about it. She originally says it's 3 hours away, putting Chicago 3 hours from wherever she's at. She's under the impression we don't know where she is still. Or she's pretending like we don't know where she is still. I don't actually know where she is, but I don't need to know either. But then she later, like right here, says it's 2.5 hours away. She's knocking a half hour off of that. I think she realized that she'd given the real distance and time, and now she's trying to walk it back and obfuscate. But damage is already done, girl. You should have edited out the 3 hour thing then if you're going to go with 2.5 hours.
Could not stop thinking about Billie. I couldn't. And instead of like downright saying that, I was just like, is it in Chicago? Like, I felt so awkward. And she was
Chi-town.
like, yes, it is. And I was like, there's no way. Like, I started freaking out. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I low-key started shaking a little bit. And she was like, you know what it is. Just say it. And I was like, I really don't. And she was like,
say it. Dora. Say it. A vampire? Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. That is a shit movie, by the way.
just say it. You know what it is. It's something you've always wanted. It's your dream. And I was like, babe, no way. Like, that's what I said. I was like, babe, there's no way. There's no way you did this for me. She did. She did. You guys, I am seeing Billie Eilish. I'm seeing Billie Eilish. You guys, oh my god. If you would have seen my real, raw, like, reaction.
I can only imagine the volume of the squealing and flailing that was occurring. It's the behavior you expect from a teenager or a tween when you buy them a Stanley Cup, apparently. I mean, I can only imagine it. And as a full-ass adult in the room at the time, and you pull that shit, I can't honestly say I wouldn't hit you.
Hello, my love. How are you? Is it 3 o'clock? Is it time for 3 o'clock cuddles? Is it? Whoosh. Hello. I'm recording. You want to be part of it, or are you just gonna like bully me into petting you?
And you guys would have been like, wow, this girl's about to live her dream. Immediately, I messaged my mom and I said, Mom, can I call you?
Don't bite me. Stop it. Yes.
No, stop. No. Okay. Here. There's lots of room on this couch. There. Why don't you just sit here? Yes. Thank you. Gosh. That is perfect.
I had to tell her. I needed her reaction. Like, I needed to see her reaction because my mom knows how much I love Billy. My mom's, she's heard a couple songs from Billy, but like when me and my mom would hang out, like I would listen to just like straight up Billy, like constantly. So me and my mom would like bond over that because she started to really enjoy Billy and she started to sing.
Sorry, I figured that was more entertaining. Hello. I know. Oh my goodness. Gonna behave? 3 seconds? Are you gonna behave? No, he's not. He'll be back.
Along to Billy with me because I would listen to the songs and she would learn them and she started to love them.
How weird. Didn't Billie Eilish say that her mom also sings along with her lyrics and learns the words to all of her lyrics because her mom also likes to listen to her? Oh, wait.
And now my mom loves Billie Eilish. Me and her were supposed to go and then I went to buy the tickets and they were all sold out. But Tommy was able to actually find tickets. I don't know how she did it, but it's just like...
She mugged somebody in a back alley.
I'm absolutely amazed. So I immediately was like, Mom, guess what Tommy got me for my birthday? And my mom was like, so jealous. I was like, girl, do not be jealous. And she's like, I need all the photos and the videos. I was like, I know. And she was like, I know you're happy. I am so happy for you. And I was like, yes. Like, this is like literally, I never thought something like this would ever happen to me.
Okay. Let's have a moment where I actually have an intellectual conversation with y'all. Sure. The mention of Mama Lynn here, it seems weird, but the reason it seems weird is because this is Amber trying to remind us all that she still talks with Mama Lynn, that her and Mama Lynn are not at odds, that they are still friends, that they talk on the phone together, kind of a thing. But this is just a moment where she's trying to remind us that her and Mama Lynn are friends still, that they still talk and all that, even though there's some evidence to the contrary. I don't really know, honestly, how I feel about the whole, like, Mama Lynn's not friends with her on Facebook anymore. Because, like, I'm not friends with my friends on Facebook either. Like, I completely dropped Facebook. So I'm not really sure how much I buy the whole, like, they aren't friends on Facebook, ergo there is some kind of conflict between the two of them. I mean, I don't know. Facebook's... I don't know. I'm old enough to remember that if it's not on Facebook, then the status isn't real. So, like, you had to, like, change your status to married for people to believe that you were married. It was a joke. It was a joke. But I feel like people are kind of taking it seriously here. Like, if you're not friends on Facebook, are you really even friends? And it's like, I don't know. I don't talk to anybody on Facebook anymore.
To me, like, I know that sounds like crazy weird, but like, when you have like a dream, I know a lot of people are like, really, Amberlynn? Like, Billie Eilish's music has gotten me through a lot. Like, genuinely, I think her music is beautiful. Like, I have loved her music for so long now. The first song I ever heard from her was I Don't Want to Be You Anymore. And
I wouldn't want to be you either, so.
And I was like, wow, like, that is so powerful, genuinely. And then I heard Ocean Eyes, which is actually the song that made her famous.
I'm pretty sure that's not true, but anyway.
And I was like, these lyrics and melodies are stunning.
You guys, Amber is a musical critic, and she thankfully discovered Billie Eilish before everyone else, and it's because of Amber's sophisticated musical taste buds that Billie Eilish is even as famous as she is now. Because if Amber hadn't started listening to her back before she was even famous to begin with, Billie Eilish would just be a nameless nobody begging on the streets. So I don't know if you're watching, Billie, but you apparently owe your entire career to Amber. Just, warning you. Because Amber's going to be at your concert tonight. Whatever night this was.
And then I didn't even know like who this person was. I literally was just listening to her music. Like, I knew nothing about her. And I was...
There are a lot of musicians that I know absolutely nothing about. And they are all absolutely famous and well known in their own little circles. Just because I don't know who they are does not mean that they are not A, good musicians, and B, well known. Right. Tell me you've got first person syndrome without telling me you got first person syndrome.
I was just like obsessed. This was back, I would say, I don't know, a couple months after Ocean Eyes came out. Like, I knew nothing about her at all.
I think this is coat 4 on this eye.
At all. I just became obsessed with her music. I have been a fan of Billie Eilish's
5.
music for a very long time.
Are you a fan of Billie Eilish's music? You're being too vague about it. I can't really pick up on it.
Everyone in my life for like the last 8 years of my life, they
That'd be
know that like
3 on
her
that
music just
one.
like means a lot to me. And this new album, like, it's just wow.
4.
There's really no words besides like magical. Like genuinely,
I'm counting that as 5.
her music is magical to me. So how I finally
6.
found out like who this girl was, it was so funny because it's like I was obsessed with
Who this girl was. How dare they invade my breathing space?
her music. Didn't know who she was because I don't think she was like as popular. Like she genuinely was not as popular like when I discovered her music.
Oh my god, Amber, you were so into Billie Eilish before she was even famous. I used to have this t-shirt. I wish I still had it, honestly. It's just a white t-shirt. And it just says, "This is a band shirt. You wouldn't know who they were anyway." And I'm like, it's kind of what's happening here. Oops. Try that again.
She was like a new artist. It was like a Vanity Fair. Was it Vanity Fair? It was some interview that just like popped.
If she was in Vanity Fair, she was fairly well known at that point. Vanity Fair does not tend to interview nobodies. It's fucking Vanity Fair. Okay? I'm sure they have a segment where they do up and comings. I'm sure. But like, it's Vanity Fair. No. Anyway.
Popped up on my YouTube like years ago. And because I had it like to where like another video will play after like the video that I'm currently watching. Like
Autoplay. You had the autoplay turned on because it's like the default setting for fucking autoplay. Anyway.
another one will just automatically play, which I have that turned off now because I hate that.
Okay.
So this girl popped up and she just looked so sad. And I was like,
Oh my god. Billie Eilish looks so sad until you came into her life. And now look at her. Now she's super famous and she doesn't look sad anymore. That was so nice of you, Amber. My nephews are like, well, they're 6 and 8 now, but the last time I like was in the room with them so that they could talk to me, they were like 5 and 7. They have a better, they can stick to a storyline better than Amber can. Like the 7-year-old can actually hold like a full ass conversation. It's a 7-year-old, so he's not quoting Shakespeare, but like he can tell me a whole story without this much distraction during it. The 5-year-old can even manage it, right? In his own little 5-year-old way. But like they can both stay focused long enough to complete a thought. I'm pointing this out. I can't tell if she really is this ditzy. I don't think she is. Or if this is her doing her 13-year-old performance because she still thinks she's a teenager. I think that's what that is. She's being cute and quirky and not able to focus because that's what cute and quirky girls do. Meanwhile,
this girl's so sad. I was like, wait a minute. And everything came full circle. And I was like, this is the girl I've been listening to.
Oh my god.
For like a year now. And now I know what she looks like. And I was like, oh my god, she's so young. Creating like music that is like so sad. Anyways, so
she's like so young, creating music that's so sad. Okay. I unfortunately know a little bit more about Billie Eilish than I actually care to know. And I know like her first album was put out when she was like, she was actually really young, don't get me wrong. But I'm just like, so young. Such sad music. Okay.
her music, powerful. Like she produces and creates all this music with her brother, like in their home. Like it's such like, it's so beautiful.
So beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Cue the white bag. Okay.
You know? So Billie Eilish is 23 now and her music.
Hence the name of her album, 23. I think that's how she does it. Or am I thinking of Adele? I'm thinking of Adele.
Music is just so great to me. I just don't understand. When you can find an artist that like genuinely like their music touches your soul, that's
you should marry them. Stalk them until they marry you. And if they won't marry you when you stalk them, then you have to kidnap them and duct tape them to your basement wall until they agree to marry you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's a keeper. That's a winner right there. And to be able to witness things that I've been wanting to witness, like in person, is gonna be crazy. Like her.
You're not witnessing history. It's a concert. Anyway.
Last tour, when she would perform Happier Than Ever, it was just a dream. Like a dream for me to see that in person. And she put that song on this tour set list as well. And I'm about to say it.
She put that song on this tour playlist. Where are you getting this accent from? Where is this coming from? You're swallowing your vowels. Where is this coming from? Tommy doesn't talk like this. Where is this coming from?
And I'm about to say that. Like, what? And, like, The Greatest, which is one of her songs from her new album, is stunning. And to see that live.
I mean, the way you're describing these songs is so in depth. I feel like I'm there in the moment with you upon you the first time that you've heard this music. Like, I feel the movements of the music in my soul from the way you're describing them. It's like, 10 out of 10.
Girl, what? I'm gonna like have a conniption.
Have a conniption?
Literally, I just can't. And then Wildflower is one of my all-time favorite songs that she's ever written. Ever. Again, on her new album. Like, it's just, it is going to be the time of my life. And I'm so excited. All because of Tommy.
Well, I hope you have the time of your life.
And Tommy doesn't even like Billy. She keeps saying how excited she is for me and how happy she is to see me happy. And I'm just like, yes. And she was like, you deserve it. You know, you've been going through a lot. And I'm just like, you're so sweet. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm not wearing this. It is today. Well,
I can tell I'm going to say something impactful because I stretched. She's trying to show how Emily is that soft, special love of hers by pointing out to us that Emily doesn't even like Billie Eilish, but yet she spent money on the tickets and she's going to take me to the concert, even though she doesn't even like Billie Eilish, you guys. Isn't that awesome of her? Isn't she just the greatest? Okay. I don't actually care. She's still trying to build this reputation of Tommy up as if Tommy is not a bad person. I don't know, honestly. We can never truly know. All evidence points to the otherwise, but here we are. But it is very important to Amber that we, the audience, perceive Tommy as being some kind of saint. And that's very important to her, so that she's going to constantly be talking about it. She's, Tommy doesn't even like Billie Eilish, but yet she bought me tickets and now she's going to take me. Can you imagine being stuck in a car with her for 3 hours in Chicago traffic? Anyway, and this is also something that she was doing during the video where she announced that the cat was actually missing. She kept trying to tell us how much Tommy loves the cat and how much the cat loves Tommy. And yeah, and then the Tommy Rumors video, she was like trying to build up how much this was all traumatizing Tommy and how Tommy was being affected negatively by all of these bad vibes kind of a thing. And she's just desperate to rebuild Tommy's reputation into this glorified saint. And it's not working. And honestly, the more she tries to do it, the worse it actually makes it all look. But she's going to continue to keep doing it because in Amber's world, a lie told frequently enough becomes truth. And also, as I've said many times, if it doesn't serve Amber's narrative, she just straight ignores it. It does not exist. So
tonight, and I'm really excited. I've never been to Chicago before, which is also another one of my like dreams.
I used to live outside of Chicago and would go in frequently. It depends on where in Chicago you're going. It's kind of like Philly. Philly's really cool depending on where you go. There's also parts of it I would not recommend to my worst enemy. Okay, maybe my worst enemy, but not to most people.
I've always wanted to go to Chicago, so it's like,
why?
Doing it. I know we're going to Chicago for like a reason, so we're not gonna have time to like venture out, be adventurous. But
I mean, you could stay the weekend. Maybe the shine of Chicago is worn off for me because like I did live near Chicago for a very long time, so there's that. I guess she's like, I've always wanted to go to Chicago. Why? What the fuck's in Chicago? It's terrible. I'm sorry.
Tommy said that she does want to take me to do that one of these days, where we just go to Chicago to like explore to the best of my ability. And yeah, like
Chicago is a very old city. Not as old as the cities on this side of the country, but it is a very old city, especially for the Midwest. And have fun. Have fun.
Oh my God, I'm just so excited. I can't. That's why I can't eat. Like I'm trying to eat, but I can't eat. I'm just so excited to be able to like music that like has.
Girlfriend, we've watched you snarf down half that roll and most of this what is this? Mac and cheese. All the while telling us how not hungry you are and how it doesn't even smack or taste good or whatever the fuck you said. And yet, you have still managed to put down most of this meal in 17 minutes.
Gotten me through so much. Like I'm able to like experience that in person.
Yay.
It's gonna be so fun. Like, I'm so excited. Anyways, so that is the end of this video. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.
Don't ask what that was. I was dancing too. I'm so excited. In my head. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about when I said the video's a nothing burger. After the point where she stops talking about her potential therapist, it really is just her fangirling over Billie Eilish for far longer than I really cared to go over it. What? What? Right. What? Anyway, as I was saying, everything after her talking about her potential smoke blowing up our ass going to a therapist, it really is just her fangirling and also telling us how wonderful Tommy is. Granted, I mean, yeah, she's excited and that's cool, whatever. I mean, go be excited. Let's talk about the timing of the video a little bit because, again, several things are happening with the timing of this video. Amber records ahead of time, and we know that Amber had a backlog of videos, not only because she told us she did, but because that's just how Amber works. She backlogs videos. So it doesn't surprise me that she's got probably a handful of videos that she had been planning to kind of like dribble out as she went along, especially going into December. But considering the rumors that came out about Tommy that she did address, and they are out of order with this video, and also the disappearance of Rarity, again, out of order with this video, it would have behooved her more to give us various updates about, well, at least the cat, as opposed to just like a 40-second clip at the beginning. Yeah, I know that the cat is missing and that everybody's really concerned about the cat and everything, but I still made a video that you're going to have to watch instead. On the other hand, this is how she makes money. This is her job. So her putting out videos that she feels like she's already put effort into, like she feels like they're good videos and she wants to put them out there because, here we go, put them out there because she believes that this will make money. I mean, I'm watching it, so she's got me there, but that's why I think she's putting the videos out anyway. Like there's probably at least one, maybe two more videos that we're going to get that are pre-Rarity, and we're going to have to watch them, or she's going to post them and they will be available for us, and she'll probably put another little disclaimer on the front of it, or in true Amber fashion, just stop mentioning it, because that's another thing that she does. Again, It doesn't serve her narrative, so we're not talking about it, period. Done with the discussion. Next. So there's that. If she comes on with a new animal, because I've heard more than one person say this, she's going to come on with a new cat. She comes on here with a new goddamn animal. I'm going to be very irritated. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. But I'm going to be very irritated. And I think that's the general consensus. I don't think she's gearing up for that because, again, this is in the past. And whatever the next video is going to be in the past as well. There might be a third video for the past. Another thing that, like, I kind of want to hit on is early on when she started her trip up to Wisconsin, I said I was going to hold off doing a analysis of everything until she had come home, because I was expecting that she was going to spend like a week or two there and then come home. I was very wrong. I think the more interesting thing, honestly, to do now would be just kind of an analysis of her while she's been here, because with the exception of the first few videos that she put out where she was like going around all of the various bars and stuff and drinking with Tommy, every single video except for this one, she's been absolutely miserable in them, all of them. And so I think that's more interesting because she could have shown us her at the concert. She could show us her and Tommy going places, going outside. We haven't seen her outside of the house. We haven't seen her outside of this spot since she's gotten here, really. So what really is going on? It sounds like she's effectively housebound. And this is going to be the first time she's left the house. That's how she's acting. Like, this is the first time she's had a chance to get out of the house. I know she's done like a Target haul. So we're back to that. You know, we're back to me shopping is the only time I leave the house kind of a thing. I don't know. I think it would just be more interesting to look at the decline of her showing us her leaving the house, if she even is leaving the house, than it would be to kind of go back to the beginning and just kind of try to do an analysis from the beginning to this point, because the drive up here and her getting ready to drive up here, they're the setup, they're the preamble for what's going on. And now going back with hindsight to see how she was packing to get here makes a lot more sense. But that was just a thought I was having. I did mention at one point I was going to do that. Now I just don't know if that's going to be doable or even worth doing, honestly. I think a different tactic, a different way of coming at this is better. Anyway, this is way too long. All right, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put like a celebration popper in the is that what I want to do? Yeah. It's my chat. Put a celebration popper in the comment section because Amber is so goddamn excited to go to Chicago. Again, I think Chicago's just lost its luster for me because I lived there near it for so long. And anybody else who has would also understand. It's not that I think it's a bad place. I just don't get it anymore. But anyway, all right. So put a celebration popper down in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. And that's all I've got for you. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And yeah, I will see everybody in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.